What's up, guys? My name's Shoten, and I'm going to show you a few basic things about S4 League. Just as soon as it's done loading up. Alright, this is going to be pretty quick. I'm not going to cover everything in depth because I can do that later if people want, but right now, just going to get you into it. This is what you're going to see when you first log in. You're going to see, well, first you'll see the server screen. You're going to pick your server, and then you'll see this. This is all your information down here for your character, your clan, things like that, experience, your pen, which is the in-game currency, and then AP, which is the currency that you use actual money for to buy. And then you have coupons that you get through like capsules and stuff. Over here you have the channels. These are all different. These are all separated by levels, except for this one and the clan. You have to be in a clan to be in that one though. So those are all separated by levels. You have all of the players who are not in a game down here. This is the global chat right here. This is clan. You can switch back and forth if you're in a clan. Obviously, I'm the only person in my clan because I am technically in another clan, and they changed the rules on it, and they can only have 30 people. So it is what it is, and I decided to create my own because I was tired of getting clan invites. Alright, up here we have the shop. Click on that. Opens up all kinds of stuff. You can sort by what things cost. You can do AP only, or you can do pen only, or you can do both. And you can cycle through male or female or both. So you have those options. You have capsules and sets, weapons, costumes, items, and if you put something on a wish list, it'll show up here. Collection, this is where you're going to get, as you collect costumes and things, or possibly even a weapon, you'll start to earn things towards these. These are little items that add, once you get a full set, you can actually equip them. And that's actually what this background is. I have one equipped right now. It gives me this background. I get experience plus 20%, and I get something else. But it's pretty useful. But you need a full set to do it. Here's your inventory. This is going to show you everything you have. So here's total. You can just, you can keep it like this and not sort it and just go through all your crap. Or you can go up here, do capsule and set. That'll sort out things that you have for that. Weapons and skills, and you can sort it even further down right here. Same with the male and female thing. You can do that here too as well. Costumes, same thing. You can sort it even further. And items, also same thing. You really shouldn't have that many items to have to do this extra sort as well. I'm sure some people do though. Over here you're going to see the character. They have 1, 2, and 3. You have 3 different characters you can use. This is the first character I have. These are the weapons. That's the skill. That's a pet. That's an accessory. And then obviously everything else is just normal, the hair, stuff like that. This is the second character. This is the third character. So you can have a male or female character. You can only have 3 characters. And you have to have a skill equipped. If you want to use that character, say, you're using a character in the first half of a match, and then you want to switch your character, well, if you don't have a skill attached to that character, you cannot switch to that character. So make sure you got a skill before you do it. There's no point in creating another character if you don't have another skill, because you won't be able to use them, or if you don't have the pen to buy a skill. Okay, let's go up to enchant. This is where you're going to be able to enchant these weapons, or your weapons, your costumes, anything that's with the blue box. Those are where you would do that. Right here you have the chip in. That's where you're going to add these Esper chips to gear or weapons. Chip enchanting, that is something new. You get a daily capsule or a box for an Esper chip. random Esper chip capsule, and you can get that, and they are new. What you do is they start out at level 1 and they can go to level 4. So you put them here and you try to get it up to level 4. You can either, 4 things can happen. It can be successful, or it's not successful and you lose a rank, or it's not successful and it stays the same rank, or it's not successful and it destroys the chip. Those are the 4 things that can happen there, and it costs pen every time, and your probability goes down each time it goes up. Alright, item dismantling, that's for anything that is over, I believe it's over 10 days. So you have items that have a duration. See how this says 30 day? So if I wanted to, I could disenchant those items. Like these say 10 hours, 4 hours. So you have things that, things expire in this game, unless they're permanent. And even then, the permanent stuff you have to repair, because, and that's what these little green bars are down here, it's your damage on it. So you would hit this right here, and it'll tell you this is how much it's going to cost to repair. You say okay, and that repairs everything that's equipped on this character. Now, if you wanted to repair all of this stuff, you have to go through and manually click repair on all of it. So that's that. Now, random shop, this is just a place where if you've got a bunch of pen, or you're just starting out, you want something specific, or something, I don't know, if you're missing an accessory or something, you can go down here and click on these and you'll be able to do that. It's random, like it says, so you have a choice in each category of all of these things that you could potentially get in each category. And weapons are 1500 pen, costumes are 1000 pen, and then you have the coupon, which is the same deal, only you have to have coupons and you have to have 50 to do this. Let's move on. This is your message box. That's where you're going to get messages if anybody sends you something. This is the cards. This is if you complete a match, and I think it's 4 minutes or 6 players. If you complete a match, you'll get a card, and if you can get all of the cards, which the S card is the hardest to get, it's the most rare. If you get all the cards, you can exchange it for whatever is here. Currently, it is a unique skill capsule, so you can do that, and it's pretty handy. Let's see. Next, we have the mission. This is whatever you're going to be working on for the day. You can reset it down here by clicking on this little button here, and you can reset it to try to get something that you want, like all modes, all maps, and play one time. That's the one that you really want because it's the easiest one, it's the quickest one to do. Next, we have community. This is going to be any of your friends. This is your friends list. Anybody you've added as a friend or have added you as a friend, they'll be in this list. Combi, you can add somebody to play with and it'll increase the experience you both get. That's good to do. I'm assuming if you get this up a certain amount of time, it'll increase your experience that you guys get even more. I'm not entirely sure though. Clan, this will show you who else in the clan, who else online, and who's offline. Block, this is obviously for people who are either annoying you or whatever. That's what that's for. Here's the clan tab. This is if you're not in a clan, you're not going to be able to touch any of this stuff. Well, one of them. I think you'll be able to touch one. I can't remember which, but all you'll be able to do is search for a clan, and you can apply or things like that. But the best way, honestly, is to play with people. Play a lot. Just play with people. Try to play with the same people. Try to get on at the same time every day or something, because most people do. And just, be social, talk, be nice, and after a certain amount of time, if you want to join, I'm sure they won't have any problem. And that's obviously the help tab. Here's the drop down to the setup, and this is obviously for your graphics, sound. You can do stuff for that. Keys, it's camera. You can change it from left to right or center because it's default center. I always do left to right just because it's easier for me. Mouse sensitivity, or you can invert it for whatever reason. Keys, this is all your key bindings. You can change those. Community, This is for chatting. Just they're quick little macro things you just click just to do. Social. These are kind of fun. They kind of it's not just like you're actually your character will do something for all of these too. So it's kind of fun to do sometimes. In settings, this is where you're going to go to allow or reject certain things like invitations, combi invitations, revealing your information like your kill death spread and things like that, and allowing friend requests. And that's that. And yes, these are the channels. They're separated by levels, so let's just go in here real quick. I'll just show you. These are all the lobbies. There's different, all these are different modes. I always stick with DM, which is deathmatch, but there's different modes. Touchdown is another very popular one. Chaser is one. Chaser is very good for beginners. Touchdown is very good for beginners because it's good experience. But these mean melee only. That's for campaign stuff. Sometimes there'll be a gun icon instead of a sword, and that means guns only. And if it doesn't have anything, that means it's anything goes. And if you see something like this, FM, that means friendly match. That means you can die as many times as you want. Doesn't matter. It's not going to affect your kill death spread or your win-loss ratio down here. But I think other than that, I think I've covered almost everything. I almost forgot. There's training down here. You can do that. You can practice the game. You can do arcade. That's all the stuff right here. You can train scenario or do the campaign. You can create a match room, which is what all these people have done, obviously. Pick whatever you want. You can set the name. You can add a password if you want to. If you only want to play with like one person, or if you want it to be private, whatever. You can do weapon limit, so you can do sword match only, gun match only. Well, this is for Chaser, but yeah. So, and this will be like for deathmatch, your goal, how many points you have to get to, and what the time limit is for it, and the amount of players. I always try to stick to about 10 people because it's just better. Here's the friendly mode option down here. You always, when you first start out, you don't have to, but I would, you know, it's probably a good idea to do friendly mode when you're first starting out. So, and you can do, these are your map selections down here. This is, you can do random. You can do any of these maps right here, which that's for DM. There's different maps for different modes. Like you see, like Nightmare, that's not on Deathmatch. That's not on Deathmatch. That's not on Deathmatch. So there's a few different things. It's fun to play around with. But I think I've covered everything now, so I am gonna go ahead and end this video here. If you want to know anything extra, like a little bit more in depth on some of the things, I'd be more than willing to do it. I just, you know, need some guidance here. Let me know what you think, what you really want to know about, and I will do my best to answer it and or make a video out of it if I don't think I can just answer it, if I need to actually show you. So that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the not so distant future.